Happy Passover, people of the internet. This is Matthew, aka Simasaur Riku 3, and yes, that is an Avengers vs. X-Men poster right behind me. Sort of has to do with what I'm going to be talking about. Everything I hate about Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter. Now, I don't hate the shows themselves. They're pretty good. Except, of course, they're way darker than the actual movies. And I'm talking about violence-wise. I mean, the whole thing with a prosthetic eye in Season 1 of S.H.I.E.L.D. Anyway, what I hate about them are all the secrets and lies. Right now, I'm just talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and, spoiler alert, I have no problem with Hydra growing throughout S.H.I.E.L.D., except that no one was able to find out until Captain America 2, but again, I don't have a problem with that. My problem is all the secrets and lies the team keeps from each other. Coulson's team specifically. A team can't properly function unless they're honest with each other. And the whole thing with Coulson not telling the rest of the team what the GH1 formula was, and Fitz unnecessarily keeping Sky's powers a secret only for them to be revealed the very next episode, and all the tension between Fitz and Simmons, plus this whole S.H.I.E.L.D., true S.H.I.E.L.D. thing, which I think is pointless, just like Avengers vs. X-Men and Civil War. Hero vs. hero stories may be fun, but it's all pointless and it always ends the same way. Someone ends up dead. Sorry, allergies. And they all end up realizing that the fight was pointless and they go back to being friends. What's the point of a fight if they're just going to go back to being friends? Anyway, the problem with Ward. First of all, he keeps acting like he's a victim. But we still don't know for a fact that his parents and older brother Christian abused him and made him abuse his younger brother. Because Christian says that he, Ward, is a bad guy and uses Christian as a scapegoat. And since Ward killed his family, we may never know who was telling the truth. Plus the whole thing with Raina. After she let that scientist die at the hands of Scorch, who she was responsible for him becoming a villain in the first place, I really don't think she deserved to become an Inhuman. Of course, she deserves that she doesn't look good and that she's in pain, but still, she didn't deserve to get powers. And Sky. I like her, even though she was annoying in the first episode. Well, that was understandable, since she was a conspiracy nut or something. But what I don't like is that she never even wanted to get powers. I'm happy she has them. I'm happy that she's an established character, as in, she's basically the live-action version of a character in the comics. Quake, who works for Nick Fury. I just wish she had been at least a little bit having a desire to have powers in the first place, instead of only going with Raina to stop her in Hydra. Now for my problems with Agent Carter. Now, the show was good, but of course, the SSR, the male characters, were so annoying. I get that it was the 1940s, but do they have to keep going overall sexist towards Carter? They treat her like she's a glorified secretary. Not to mention, they're completely obsessed with arresting Howard Stark. I get that the police don't like billionaire playboys because they act like they're above the law, but they were so obsessed with convicting him that it never even occurred to them that he was being set up or that there was any conspiracy. Another thing was Dottie. She was definitely a good agent, but that creepy look she kept making every time she was in her agent mode was just weird. Not to mention that she had the perfect chance to kill Carter, but wasted time for dramatic effect. Glad Carter's alive, though. Please ignore that noise. Anyway, and the whole thing with Leviathan, with the mastermind really being Johann Fenhoff. He may not be the mastermind, but he's still an important member. But he did all this setting up Howard Stark and putting Peggy, almost getting fired from, basically nearly costing her her career and almost getting her in jail, all just because he blames Howard for the death of his brother. It's not Howard's fault his midnight oil was stolen from him. Yes, he invented it from him, but you should blame the person who unleashed the invention, not the person who made it. After all, it was supposed to help people avoid sleep. It malfunctioned, unfortunately, and makes people want to kill each other. But Howard tried to get rid of it. It's not his fault, it was stolen. And personally, they made Howard too much like Tony Stark. Lastly, they could have had Hank Pym show up in at least one episode. Just a cameo or something. And I'm glad about Edwin Jarvis. But aside from him, Arnim Zola, and Whiplash's father, there's barely any hints or nods to the current Marvel Cinematic Universe, except of course the whole Black Widow project, aka the Red Room. And I'm not happy that 2 Howling Commandos were killed by a child Black Widow agent, and then she just is never seen again. So please leave a like, and in the comment section, tell me what you would change about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agents of Carter. And I really do hope Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gets better. See ya!